Patty. That was weird. How's the 3D printing? Good actually. I've got a project that you should see more of in about a week and a half-ish. That's basically fully 3D printed actually. Yeah, I just have to finish it up, and then it's a surprise for somebody, so I have to give it to them before I then post a video on it. But yeah, it's almost entirely 3D printed, and it's pretty cool. I'm excited. Finishing up at gym. Nice. I wish I had the motivation. Actually, I don't care. I respect your motivation. Already pulled that piece out. So, if it wasn't obvious from the title, which frankly would not shock me because it's admittedly not a concept I've ever heard anybody talk about and is a little bizarre. I hate the Rayven cage, and I think I'm not alone in that, but maybe I am. I don't know. The Rayven cage is dumb. The way that it mounts into the blaster is really stupid. It's basically free-floating, and then it relies on the other half of the shell to kind of compress it into place. And that's not a good solution. The Stryfe, on the other hand, has, well, it has 4 holes, 3 of which are really uniform, and then a third one, and a fourth one, which is not uniform because it tucks itself out of the way so that your magwell can sit closer. See? So if it was on this side, it would be impacting. And so that, yeah. So that's why this hole is off-center. It bothered me for a while, and I wanted to fix it for a while, but to their credit, this is actually a solid design. Hate that you can't get metal Rayven cages. Yeah, that's another thing too. The supply of Rayven cages is much smaller. But the thing is, the screw ports for the Rayven are far enough off that you can fit a Stryfe cage in. Now, you can fit my Stryfe cage in. I don't know about other cages. I guess it'll vary cage to cage. It looks like you could fit a red cage if you did a little trimming. It's close. Like the red cage does sit in there, but it's at a slight angle, so you'd have to do a bit of trimming. Is the Rubbleman cage actually $175? I mean, I genuinely get that. Like, I think that's a fair price to charge, because I know how much work he puts into those. But is it actually? Because that's... I kind of expected him to be underselling himself, I won't lie to you. Yeah, the red cage doesn't want to fit. Okay, well, my cage fits. And if I'm being honest, even if this adapter only benefits me, it'll still be useful to me, so... Sorry. I got a Rayven cage in my desk. And this might be a prototype, because it's not fitting great. Then again, it might just be the horrible tolerances in Rayven shells. like, bag on OFP all you want, but the Rayven cage requiring shell trimming actually kind of makes sense when you start to look at the Rayven cage, or when you start to look at the Rayven, and then look between shells and tolerances on Ravens. At one point I might, like, I'm considering doing a video series on why the Raven shell is bad. Or maybe just a single video. Or maybe a video on why it's bad, and then a video series on fixing it. How you could fix it. Oh well, not important. Yeah. Yeah. This is definitely a prototype, because it doesn't fit, and my Raven cages do fit, actually, decently well. Not amazingly perfectly, but Jen or so cage in here. Yeah, there we go. What's this cage? Oh, this is an old cage. Real old design. I've got lots of cages in my desk. So yeah, we're gonna base it off of this, and then my measurements for the, oh, I have to put this back in now. So, this adapter is not going to be a straight drop-in, unfortunately. It will require shell cutting. And the reason for that is because the Rayven motors stick out this side, and the Stryfe motors stick out that side. So in order to fit motors in, you're almost definitely going to have to do some shell cutting on this side. Although, it might not be as bad as I thought. These are almost definitely not the same crush level. It's going to have to be set back a little bit, so hopefully the pusher has enough throw. It should, though. I suspect it should. Especially for high crush setups, because the dart hits the wheels sooner. Ugh. Come on. Get out of there. Yeah, this is clearly a prototype. So it's gonna push as far that way as possible. So, unsurprisingly, we're gonna start by probably modeling the inside of the Rayven shell. Just this section, though. I'm not gonna model the entire Rayven. Probably. Edscar, if you're watching this later, I know you're thinking. And you're right. Okay, so which of these posts are screw bosses? That one is, and that one is, but the top one isn't. You know you want to. You're correct. I do know I want to. I like that the camera is panned down enough that you just can't tell, and that only people that were actually paying attention will know what's happening right now. Alright, let's switch to window capture. Here we go. There's something on the bottom of my mouse. See, this is how I maintain posture. I'm sorry, I have to You're welcome. Okay, that would have been a great bit, though. Like, if I was just, like, talking and had this, like, here, and if I was just like, well, let me get the Rayven shell. Oh god, I might use that in the video. That was hilarious. It looked like it came out of nowhere. I smudged my glasses. That was really funny. I thought that was really funny. Alright, so let's look at how this is designed. Okay, so let's start by importing wheels and cages. Oh, it's gonna make me want it. It's gonna... Yeah, words. Oh, god damn it. It made it in this stupid folder. It was not funny. Thanks for your opinion. Really appreciate that. Oh yeah, that's definitely an old cage, because I changed the... Yeah, I changed the design of that pretty substantially. I don't know why, but the comment that just said it was not funny is funnier than the actual thing to me. Let's break that link just to be sure. Hello, come on. Why are you getting pissy at me? Oh. That's actually probably fair. Well, it worked, didn't it? Ow! Banged my finger on the... Thank you for that. I know who you are, Instance App, although I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever heard anyone pronounce your name, so I don't know how to say it. So for that I apologize. Okay, that's a 43.5mm cage, which I don't know what's wrong with me, but okay. And then let's make it a 43mm cage. Hey, shut up. I don't understand what's wrong here. Review warning. Extent Boolean failed. Termination entity might not be fully intersected with the tool body. It's not ideal. Fine to me. Like, I don't... What's wrong here? Chain faces. Chain your faces. Didn't come out right. Yeah, okay, 2 object. Why? Is it intersecting? Oh, it is. Why? You know what? I might be able to bullshit this by taking this down to a lower number. And then it's fine, right? But then if we go up to a higher number, is it going to fail on us? Or is it going to understand? Oh, no, it's fine. Alright. Let's go 42. Not 425, 42.5. I don't know why we measure spacing like that. It's bizarre, but it's okay. I'm a mystery wrapped in enigma inside of chocolate and nougat. I like that. That's funny. I'm just gonna pronounce it a different way every single time I talk to you. That's just how this is gonna go now. Okay, so now let's pull in a Stryfe cage. And we have to flip this. And we have to make sure the bore is centered. Sneeze! You're welcome. That was a gift. Okay, so it's a really close call on a couple of these. So these are overlapping, but that's okay because the post is here, right? So that's the diameter of the post. So as long as the diameter of that doesn't overlap, it actually should be fine. I mean, installing this will mean that you can never install Rayven cages. But, I mean, fucking whatever. Okay, no, they're both fine. Okay, so this here, is this going to give us a nice reference plane? Oh, it is! So these two are on the same level, which means that the top of that and that lines up perfectly. So if you can see, right there, this post here has these little pieces of webbing, and the screw port lines up exactly with that. I'm looking up something related to 3D printing, but not getting a concrete result. Do you know if it's safe to 3D print a cookie cutter and use it on cookie dough? With ABS, it should be. With PLA, it probably should be. I can't imagine that something that comes in contact with a cookie for like under 5 seconds would cause it any harm. Like a relatively inert material. PLA isn't explicitly food safe. PETG is. So if you wanted to print it out of that, then I know it would be food safe. Yeah. Okay, PLA isn't, you know, whatever, FDA approved food safe or whatever. you know, you're probably fine, but don't die and blame me. Like, whereas Pet G is, I mean, that's what water bottles are made out of. The only thing is, you know, if you've been printing something noxious, and then you switch over to Pet G, and then you know. If I die, I don't intend to survive. Fair point. Well, I don't know. Yeah, so if you're printing something like horrible and terrible for you, and then you switch over to Pet G, like, your nozzle is not going to be clean, right? So, truthfully, I think with something like a cookie cutter, where it comes in contact with the cookie for under 5 seconds, you pull it out, and then you bake the cookie, I think you'll probably be fine. Okay, so that gives us a reference surface to start off of, which is really nice. Reference surfaces are good. Where are my calipers? Where are my calipers? I had them a couple minutes ago. How is it? How am I this much of a dumbass? It's like I feel like a right hit. They're on the couch. Why are they on the couch? Maybe I didn't have them a second ago. Maybe I'm imagining things. My calipers are basically an extension of my arm. I don't know how I lived life without them. I just didn't measure things, I guess. I remember when I bought them thinking like, oh, I don't need these, but it's a nice luxury. Cannot possibly imagine thinking that. Of course, one day I'm gonna get some Michitoyos or something. And then from then on, I'll be like, what the fuck was wrong with me that I used these $20 Canadian Tire pieces of shit for this long? I mean, to be fair, I still think that, but calipers are expensive and it's on, like, the bottom of my priority list right now. Ugh. Disgusting. Calipers switched to Imperial for some reason. Really hard to get measurements off of this shell, but I'm calling that 20. Hey, if you want an example of how shitty the Rayven shell is produced, check that out. Hold on, let me switch to the full. See that? I don't have words for that. Okay, you know what? I actually want to measure how far off center that is. It's 0.75 on one side. And 2 on the other. Holy shit. Honestly, how do you even fuck up that bad? Yeah. 0.75, and 2 millimeters. That is so obscenely... Oh, that's way, way too off-center. Mind-boggling. Like, the other ones aren't great, but that one is... Like, just at an average, this one here. This one's 1.2 on this side, and 1.6 on the other side. It's enough that it's noticeable on basically all of them. Like, people get upset when I say that the Rayven is a piece of shit, but it's a piece of shit. Badass to make your own Rayven shell, like the same ergo and form factor, but the internal area is reinforced and spaced better for modding. Yeah, I won't lie. I've considered it. Genuinely. I've honestly considered making a fully 3D printable Rayven shell and making it not craptacular. Nah, the Rayven is one of my favorite blasters, actually. It can be your favorite blaster. In fact, it's probably my favorite Hasbro blaster, but that doesn't mean it's not a piece of shit. I mean, I just showed you the measurements that show it's a piece of shit, so... It can be your favorite blaster all you want, but... Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Let's... Oh. Okay, so now that's the base. Stryfe, and then let's look at this, and all good. Why not print a plate that would be glued? I'm assuming you're saying why not print a plate that would be glued onto the Rayven to hold the Stryfe. That's what I'm doing. So, if that wasn't clear already, so what I'm doing right now is I'm modeling the important parts inside of the Rayven shell. And then we're gonna take it from there. Basically just taking this one step at a time, because, modeling something for existing shell geometry is not going to be the easiest thing I've ever done. I mean, it's not like super difficult, but it's not super easy either. I need an angle gauge, like, desperately. Because, like, guessing that angle is going to be a nightmare. Getting it wrong is going to be even worse. So in theory, adding additional barrel length in a Nerf blaster makes extra drag on the dart, decreasing range. Why is it bullpup? Which is why bullpup blasters can lack power and range. That's a difficult one. We're gonna come back to that and address, we're gonna unpack that in a minute. Would a longer barrel increase the power? Yes, if you had a sealed breech, that would increase the power. I forgot to switch back to them. So, Adishreet, that's a difficult question. It's not a super straightforward answer. Because when you have blasters with higher accuracy, you're talking about, if you wanted to hit the inside wall, because it's so close to the blaster, you would have to have an inaccuracy of like 4 or 5 degrees in order to hit the inside of the shell. And that would drop your performance pretty substantially. But as you get into upgraded cages and higher accuracy, then the accuracy will actually sort of inadvertently help your velocity. Because as long as while the dart is leaving the barrel, you're not accelerating the blaster, which I don't know the math on, but I actually think would be pretty difficult to accelerate your blaster in a way that the dart would bounce off the inside. But your accuracy would prevent it from hitting the inside of the barrel. If it doesn't if it doesn't hit the inside of the barrel, there's no drag. There's nothing that's slowing it down. Like the resistance on the dart isn't increased by the fact that it's in a smaller tube. So on something like a Rayven, I would recommend putting a lot of effort into accuracy, because like something with a lot of barrel length, I would work on your accuracy and making sure that your cage is nice and straight and firing really nicely. To the guy that just said he took out the safeties from his Stryfe and as asking where to buy IMR batteries, don't buy IMR batteries. Just don't. Okay, so I have to get the profile off of this, which is going to be exciting. Why not IMR? Because they can explode. I'm dead serious. And I've had it happen. IMRs are not a good option. If you over-discharge them, they can pop. And spew battery goo everywhere. Hot, melty battery goo. So in theory, with a properly sealed and well-modded plunger blaster, you could get a lot of power from even a bullpup. So the reason that bullpups exist is actually to give you a longer barrel without making your, for firearms, a longer barrel without making your gun longer. So it's putting the action behind the trigger so that you have less room being taken up by a stock that's just there for ergonomics, and you use that room for the actual function of the thing. So if you are using an air-powered blaster of any kind, a longer barrel, in a lot of cases, will get you better results. So like on the Caliburn, for instance, he sells longer barrel and you can get higher numbers out of it, but then it's bigger, right? So if you took that system and you put it in the Chimera, I think it's called, the bullpup version of that, you could basically, you can get away with having a longer barrel on a bullpup. So if your system would be benefited by a longer barrel, then a bullpup is the way to go if you want a shorter blaster. Okay, so... Oh, this is wrong. Excuse me. Let's take this, and then let's rotate it like so. Yeah, okay. So where's my layout grid? Get back here, you piece of shit. So what is the distance from the origin plane to here? It's 32, so we need to move this 12 down. Oh, I'm not on the friggin'... Okay, so that is the right height. So now we just have to make the Rayven match that. So 180, and then let's line up the bore. There. Okay, so this is the right orientation now, and I know that might not look like I changed much, but now both of the cages are in line with each other as they would sit in the blaster. So now we have to go down to the base of the blaster. And then, not many people like 3-round burst, sadly. That's not true, it's just that 3-round burst is really hard to do for Nerf blasters. Because it has to be, basically it has to be computer controlled. Okay, so that's there. Let's start off by modeling the posts for the Rayven. Now I think they're 5 millimeters, so we'll have to center it. They're 5 millimeters. I use honey badgers in my Rayven with an 800 milliamp hour 40C 2S LiPo, and it works great. Battery fits fine, very little if any door bulge, and it hits accuracy with decent FPS. Nice. Wrong way. Capture position here. Oh, and then let's compact that, because that's a lot of information we don't want right now. Nope. Let's project this, I guess. Oh yeah, we got tons of room. This should be fine. At least in this regard. It could be I find something later catastrophic. So this is gonna go to the bottom of the shell, I think. Actually, the height of these posts doesn't actually matter that much. It doesn't really matter to me. Although they do look pretty uniform, so that makes it easy. So these posts are not standard. Okay, so we're gonna have to model the shape there. So this is the part I've been dreading a little bit, because I have to, honestly, I have to pretty much just guess. Because that angle, I want to say that's 25 or 30 degrees, but I have no way of knowing without, I need to get a digital protractor. They're like 20 bucks, I just have to go get them. How do you feel about the possible return of dart tag blasters? Whatever. I'm gonna be honest with you, I really don't care what Hasbro does. If you ask me, the people in this community have next to no reason to buy Hasbro blasters except for just pissing around in fun. That's not true. That's not fair. Like, there's a lot of people that can't afford to do stuff like that. Okay, it's not fair to me. It's not fair for me to impose that on other people, but personally, I have a couple blasters that I want to finish up, and then I'm probably just going to be done with Hasbro blasters entirely. So I will impose that on myself and not on other people. Could it actually break the battery door? That's not really the concern. Well, Hasbro has gotten a lot of us started, but the community has shown a lot more capacity to innovate and create new ideas. Yes, that's what I was trying to say, but not put like an asshole. Okay, I made that cut at about 24 millimeters. So now I have to figure out the distance. I need a flat thing. Okay, that's 24. So we want to go so 12 over 24. So it looks like about a 2 to 1. Yeah, what Chris said. Your battery door getting ruined, your blaster getting ruined is going to be the least of your concerns if the battery explodes. Like, battery explosions aren't fun. I recommend you go and look up a LiPo explosion. Now, an IMR explosion isn't as bad, but Big Outside. That's a good band name. So this angle looks to be 24, 12, it's rise over run, so 12, 24. So 2 to 1. What is that when it comes to angles? I don't remember. No. Ah, come on. I can't get my calipers in a spot that small, but it looks like about 1 millimeter. So 1 millimeter from the top of this hole. And then we're going up 24. So that gives us sort of our profile. Very dangerous. Yeah, that's a distinct possibility. I won't lie to you, like, I mean, it's not super common, but yeah, what Chris said. I mean, the thing is not going to spontaneously explode in a big movie gasoline fireball, but melt the shell, burn you pretty badly. That's a possibility. It's not common, but it does happen. And, I mean, I caught it in time, but, like, that was the one time I used IMRs, and then I never did again. Like, don't do it, kids. It's bad. Like, where is it? Okay, so... I'm gonna go... Happened to your Vulcan? Well, yeah. I could see the Vulcan drawing a decent amount of current. IMRs are bad, okay. Yeah. Yeah, what Homely said. Alright, we're gonna make this intentionally larger than necessary and then come back to it later, because this will be interesting. Hey, no, come here, come here. Nope. Yeah. Alright. Hey, Razor. I don't know if I said hi to you already, but if I didn't, how rude of me. Oh, hi. I can't imagine a reason that smoke would come out of the front of a stampede, but either way, if smoke is coming out of your blaster, stop. It's not a good idea. This is why this blaster is a piece of shit. It's all clipped together and it still squeaks. There's no reinforcement up in this area. Like, get your shit together. Holy fuck. That's nasty. You don't see a rapid strike doing that. What was I doing? Don't encourage this guy. Okay, so let's measure the distance to the bottom line. And then there's pretty much no hope of actually mounting something onto that, so we're not going to bother. Bottom line there is pretty atrocious. What's that? That's 44 millimeters. Yeah, okay, so 44 millimeters down is where the shell splits again. Okay, so that other post is there. Perhaps the smallest of use cases for IMRs, but for the most part there's very few applications where IMRs are more advantageous than LIPOs. If you're a newbie, and you want to modify a blaster, buy yourself a pair of honey badgers. Have your roommate sneeze. Buy yourself a pair of honey badgers and do a rewire to the stock battery tray and put in AA batteries. If you over discharge from a AA battery, nothing's gonna happen. They're designed to be fail-safe. Not a plug for the old brand of rechargeable AA batteries, fail-safe. Anyway, for real though, they are designed to fail safely, so there's pretty much, they're fine. Yeah, buy yourself a pair of honey badgers, and just, like, get all the parts you want, get a new cage, get, you know, new switches, new wire, do a rewire, do as much or as little as you want. But as long as you're going to AA batteries, like not IMRs, not 14500 sized trust fires or whatever, like from the fucking dollar store, AA, okay, maybe not dollar store, from your grocery store, AA batteries, you will be fine. That will be a safe system, and you'll get a pretty solid performance boost out of it. I say this from experience. I've actually got a couple of Stryfes laying around that are designed to be loner blasters that are... You can't fuck this up, Stryfes. That's gonna be a fun line to get. You know what? I'm probably overcomplicating this. I can probably just... I'm probably overcomplicating this, she says in the first moment of clarity she's ever had. Yeah, those sound like essentially IMRs. I was going to say generally Blaster Parts seems to know what they're doing, but they made the metal hammer shot kit, and that's awful, so... What reference surface can I get this on? If I'm really clever... push out to this surface, which is 51 millimeters out. And then this surface, which is, okay, so that's 3 millimeters surface to surface. That was smart. It's so tempting to just pull out a Sharpie and just write all of these measurements in. Like, that would be kind of cool. Okay. If I push that there, that's 5 millimeters back. I want to say 5.5. Yeah, 5.5, definitely. Figuring out that distance. There's a little ridge in this shell that is going to interfere, so I have to model it. Unfortunately, actually figuring out measurements off of it, 6.5. Oof. Bizarre. People are actually trying to run the Stryfe with D batteries. Yeah? I mean, that would be fine. It would provide you with a longer lasting Stryfe with slightly more current. Not enough to matter, but slightly more. Okay, so let's go 5.5 there. And then 6.5. Can't get my calipers into the shell. Doesn't actually matter that much. 15, and then that's like, I need a reference surface. That's 44, and that is 42.5. So if we go from here down 42.5, and then pull a line this way. Okay, so now we have to start getting reference surfaces off of... Start with something simple, like an Infinus. Yeah. No. Especially with upgraded motors, IMRs will be more likely to do damage. If you use stock motors, the chance is significantly lower. But with upgraded motors, they draw way more current, and the batteries don't have an over-discharge protection. So, you would have some serious problems. Yeah, you would be better to upgrade to a LiPo. And the other thing is, a Rapid Strike has a huge battery tray, assuming you don't cut it off. So you don't really have to worry about your physical size of LiPo or the physical connector having room. So it depends on your level of it depends on how comfortable you are with it, I guess. If you had a motor with low current draw, maybe you could get away with IMRs, but it's not really advisable. Yeah. Why do not many people like the Infinus? It's extremely complicated for a really dumb gimmick, is the honest answer. I mean, I've seen people do it, but it's mostly just because they wanted to say, haha, I could do it, which is fine, but, I mean, good job, it's cool. But, yeah, the LiPos are pretty cheap. Luckily, okay. So I need a reference point off of this post. 5mm post, and it goes... $18mm back from that post. Can't get my damn calipers in. I think we said that was 18. No. There's a different measurement. Alright, we're getting there. How wide is this piece? 7 millimeters. Well played. My phone scared the crap out of me. Also, I have a feeling I know what this is. Hello? Oh! Holy hell! Ugh. Did not expect that phone call. Whoop. Let's... Holy hell. This is the most takeout I've ever seen. Oh my god, uh-oh. That's not ideal. I read meat lasagna on the thing, and there is clearly what was a meat lasagna in here. Hold on, I'm gonna run to the kitchen. Alright, I have bribed Milo with a little bit of food to make sure that doesn't... yeah, no, unfortunately the meat lasagna was on top, and I guess at some point it got tilted because the meat lasagna came out the side. Thank you kindly, Milo. These are some flavor of shrimp, and they look absolutely delicious. Like, I took off the first box, and I'm like, wow, that's a lot of food. That's a big piece of lasagna. And then I, like, looked under it, and there were 2 more boxes. And I pulled out that, and there were 2 more boxes under that. Christ. Uh-oh. This could be... I could be about to get catastrophic news. Or great news. Probably one or the other. Oh no! Oh no! It wasn't good news.
What have you done?
Oh, it wasn't me.
Oh. What's happened?
Womp womp. I can't actually tell you, because I'm on stream at the moment.
There.
I'm new and I subbed. Awesome. Thank you for the subscription, and I hope that you stick around while I... eat some really good shrimp. Alright. So we want this to be parallel to this. Right? Height. Is it parallel? Is that parallel? I think that's parallel. And we'll extend that this way. Delete that line. Trim that. And then we will measure. Is this the right side of the shelf? Oh, it's the wrong side of the shelf. Damn, those are good shrimp. Okay, that's about 5. Alright, so that should be the right shape. Now if we bring back in the Stryfe, that should be all the geometry that that needs to align with. Although, I think I actually am going to bring back this piece here. And then we're going to see about the angle that that's on. So that's a distance of 12. And then... my poor heart. Distance of 20 versus distance of 22.5. So that's a 2.5 millimeter height there. So it doesn't actually matter what the outside of this looks like. So we said 2.5. That's giving me a thing there, which is bizarre. So then we want 2 distances, and this wants to be 2.5, and that wants to be 12. Alright, so that's that angle. And then let's turn off the Stryfe. And then go back to that sketch, because it turns off when you fuck with it. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I wish I could tell you guys what that is, but you just have to live in mystery. I'll tell you, my friend Winston didn't snap the end mill. Wow. Working on this project for like 2 weeks now. Okay, to be fair, Winston has been working on this project for like 2 weeks now. Okay, how tall is that at its tallest? So it's 22 and a half minus 16. $6.5. That's 2.5 mil tall? Yeah, 2.5. Running the same end mill. I think the part is fine. I crashed it in an area that's non-critical. Man. 5-axis milling looks like hell. I'm excited. I want to try it. Like, I think 3D printing is bad. Can you imagine? My face when... Nope, fuck you. Why are you doing this? What am I doing? Why is this fucked? Am I like fucking high or something? What am I doing with my life? Why are you not cooperating? This seems very wrong. Seems more than a little wrong. Cage. Why is this not parallel? It can't be. Why is that at a 0.2 degree angle? And why... Which one is it a point to agree? That's at 90. I swear to God, if this is at 92, I will fight someone. Nope. Okay, that one's fucked. Is it meant to be slopey like that? It is, but those lines weren't parallel, and it was causing a weird issue. Fuck me, that's good. Hit the wrong button. Are you serious? I really don't understand why that's doing that. Okay, so this is 6.5, so we want to go to 4. Alright. Minus 1.5 to give it a little bit of shell thickness, and then let's take this one up 12. Nailed it. I wonder if Coop772 has a job. Being a YouTuber is a job. When you're on that level, it really is. What the fuck are you talking about? No, that's not. Why? Christ. Oh. You know what? That's fine. Does not need to be perfect. Okay, so the height of that post is 30 millimeters. Is it true that you soon will be quitting Nerf? No? I don't know who told you that. I mean, out of curiosity, who did tell you that? For this was in response to your comment that you didn't care about Hasbro release anymore. Oh, well, no. The point of that comment was to say that that we can just make our own crap now, and it's going to be better than what Hasbro does. Not that I mean, quitting the Nerf brand. Maybe, I don't know. I might still mod a blaster here and there for funsies, but. Mostly I just like building stuff, which I've been pretty open about saying. Okay, this height here. 15 millimeters. Getting that measurement is going to be a pain in my ass. Maybe I can try and go post here. 40. Did I just get my calipers wedged? Not entirely sure how that happened. .44. .34 35. 35. 44, 35, difference of 9. So 9, 15, or 9, 15 is what we're looking at. And that is from a reference surface that I admittedly haven't made yet. What was that about? Okay, so let's figure out the webbing. Really doesn't matter on that side. In fact, I think the only webbing that actually matters on this entire thing is that piece that I just did. Wow, that's 1 millimeter webbing. How come Captain Xavier says Hasbro hates him? What? I don't know. I don't really care. I like Cap a lot, but super don't care. Should have intersected body with the direction. Huh. Oops. What? Fucking fine. Okay. Let's go in and do this manually, because it's gonna be an asshole. To object. Oh, whatever, it doesn't matter. Nope. Join. Wrong half of the body once again. God damn it. So then we go up. Yeah, 9.5 millimeters. Hasbro is a corporation. It doesn't have preferences on anything. It has legal requirements. And one of the things that they legally have to say and do to cover their own asses is to say that you're not allowed to modify darts or blaster. And guess what? In this hobby, we do both. What did we say that was? 9, and then 15. Yeah. fine. It's good enough. Boom! Nailed it. So that's the... Nope. Didn't nail it. That's the important part. I recognize that. Could. Yeah, that could be better, but I don't actually care that much. Doesn't matter. So now, we bring in the Stryfe cage. Yeah, definitely gonna need shell cutting there. That's not good. I swear to God, if this thing doesn't fit after all this work, I'm gonna feel like a real boob. Oh, I also need the back wall. That was right. Well, okay. Let's bring back this sketch here, because what we're gonna do... I think that's the same height. Well, that might not be. I'm not entirely sure it matters. In fact, I'm almost entirely sure it doesn't matter. Whatever. We decided, after measuring between here and here, that's 51. And this is 54. So that's 3 millimeters ahead of that surface right there. So if we take a line on here, bring it out 3 millimeters, and then all the way down. Or Or maybe not all the way down. It's being a bit of a dickhead. Okay, to the center of the... Homely, I feel like I should be getting that joke, and I feel like it has gone over my head. Much like many a titty. That was a short joke, believe it or not. I'm a little proud of it, to be honest. 31 millimeters down from the center of that. So the center of that is 54.75. Fuck you! It doesn't actually matter. I won't be wrapping around that anyway. Okay, what's 55 minus 31? Doesn't actually matter. I probably could have done that in my head. But 24. Wow, if I had guessed that, I would have gotten it way wrong. I appreciate that, Homely. It was a valiant effort. Okay, now that should be all of the reference features I need. Let me drop the cage in and double check on that, because I might be wrong. So let me drop the cage in. There we go. No, actually I think I do need that wall, which is unfortunate, because it's going to be a bitch to get a measurement off of. Yeah, this is looking like it's going to be enough of a pain in the ass to install that it's going to be specific to the Malice cage. So, unfortunately, this... I mean, there are cages out there that might be able to fit as well. Containment cage is a little bulky around the screw hole port things. But it might fit, if I'm remembering that correctly. Almost guarantee the UFP one won't fit. God damn it. I have to model another surface into this before I can get the... Yeah, there wasn't as much clearance as I thought there was in here. I mean, it should still work, but just barely. I'm definitely going to be tacking it in place rather than full-on gluing it until I know that it works. Oof. So that looks like the position that it needs to sit in. Okay. I think I still need to model that. too far. Nope. Where's my number? All right. Can you believe that I haven't started modeling the adapter yet? Oh, fuck me. Holy hell. Alright, let me grab... First of all, let me grab another... Alright, I can probably go... there. And then grab this distance. Ah, crap. There's no good reference surfaces here. It's a massive pain in my ass. Ah. Like, there's no reference surface to go off of here, so I'm pretty much just eyeballing it from a bunch of different angles and trying to make sure I get the right number. If you guess, and then you guess again from a different angle and get the same number, probably is good news. That blue piece, by the way, looks curved to the left. What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, yeah, no problem. Thanks for stopping by, Razor. 4.5, I want to say. So okay, we're calling that 4.5, and then... shut the hell up about it. We're calling that 8. So that is a distance of 3.5. And that looks right. Yeah, that's dead on. Okay. So 3.5 over 19. Okay. So this is going to be a convoluted measurement. Capture position. No, fuck you. Ah, fine, whatever. Alright, so we're going 3.5 back here. All the way up to the top here. And then... No, that's wrong. Are you serious right now? This is so fucking obnoxious. That's 2.5 forward. So 2 centimeters backward, or 2 millimeters backwards, and then 3.5 millimeters. And then that's over a distance of 19 millimeters. 19. Yeah. Other direction. 5. Join. Alright, there we... Fuck! God damn it! And it's impacting. You're free that Rayven stock extension you were working on last time I caught the stream. No. I haven't yet. This is extremely obnoxious. How does this fit? I know it does. Does it have to go lower? It must. No, that doesn't make sense. Something's wrong here. Are my measurements wrong? Because I can physically fit this cage in with a little bit of wiggle room. So... It actually looks about right. Why is it not behaving? Yeah, like, on the physical thing, I got plenty of room. Maybe a scaling issue somewhere? That's at the right position. That's at the right position. This one. So why is that one wrong? This is bizarre. Like, clearly I've messed up in my model somewhere. But I can't figure out where. And this actually looks like, if this is where it's wrong, it looks like it's wrong in the wrong direction. No, okay, that is about right. What the hell? I don't get how this could be wrong. Alright, time to do sanity check stuff. 51 millimeters across. Wow, my printer's really accurate. 51.00 millimeters across. So this should be... Oh. Let's turn off sketches here. Is it gonna let me do max distance? Yep, 51. Alright. Okay, that distance there. Is also 51? Now I know that's not true. It's 52. How? Where did I mess this up? I did assume that this was centered, which it might not be. Wait. Might be onto something here. No, that's centered. 175 plus 175 is 3.5 plus... No, that is right. Yeah, okay, so that rib is centered. This is mind-boggling to me. And I double-checked this distance here. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, that's dead on. $54.8. It's 9, so this should be about 55 maximum distance. Suddenly suspicious. Is the files open source for printing? I haven't finished them yet, so I can't say that they currently are. Will they be? I don't know, maybe. This is extremely bizarre. I guess I'm kind of glad I did the sanity check. Because that makes up... This is smaller than it should be by about the amount that would make up this distance. So if I pull in this Rayven cage... Oh! But the Rayven fits. And I've double-checked those measurements. Even with this adapter, compatibility may not necessarily be guaranteed. Yeah. Mainly depending on how much space the cage takes up and whether it can fit inside. Correct. I'm not sure what to do here. Because I don't want to go messing with the Rayven dimensions, because they fit. Kinda wish I had an extra pair of calipers I could, like, grind one of the jaws off of so that it can measure things that are parallel but offset from each other. Definitely wouldn't do that with a pair of Midgetoyos. Ah. This is frustrating. Oh, God. Alright, I'm double checking those measurements because this makes even less sense, honestly. Okay, maximum distance 44.216. 54.216. Oh. Oh. There's about... God, who the hell designed this thing? Distance, max distance is 49 plus 2, 51, and that's 52. Oh fuck. Guys, this is exciting. At least for me it is. That's 52. Shit. No way. This is so bizarre. Alright, let's double check that the distance here is in fact 2. Oh, no way. I'm having an existential crisis here. This is a 1.5 mil wall, just to clarify. Okay. At this point, we have bigger fish to fry. Okay, so from the center, it's 42. Okay, this is listed maximum distance 45 millimeters to that wall. Yeah, that's about right. So that hole looks like it's in the right location. Oh, fuck. I'm an idiot. How did I not see this before? That's not aligned. And I don't think that's a tolerances thing. So in my drawings, those two posts should be in line with each other. And they're not. The top one is about 5 mil offset. Now, here's a question. That cage that I printed. So this cage, which didn't fit. Oh, fuck, I'm an idiot. Yeah. Obviously. Alright, I need to find another Rayven cage that I have printed. Because... Let's start off in this desk here. Because I think I might have found a fundamental problem. And while I'm glad, or while I'm upset that there was a problem to find to begin with, I'm very glad that I found it. Because the fit on my Rayven cages has never been perfect. I just sort of passed that off as just being the nature of Rayven shells, which, don't get me wrong, Rayven shells are still awful. But I think it was more my fault than I thought it was. Okay, here's a really old Rayven cage. I don't know if it's gonna fit or have the same measurements. No, okay, this one's tremendously off. Ugh. This one's pretty bad. Absolutely amazing at precision and dedication. Such a sleek, fantastic design. Been just sorry, I lost the last part of that message. Yeah, okay, I can just check the measurements off of the cage. Let's bring out the sketches. Where did that? Oh, okay, well, that's wrong. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Okay, so so the distance from that hole, so these are probably in line. That's 46, and that's also 46. And they are 64.5 millimeters away, if my math serves me. Yep. And they're not... I feel like an idiot. How did I mess this up? Shell 2.0 or Fang revamped. I seem to recall Fang revamped are just objectively better. So, that. I mean, they're a little more expensive, but they're nicer, so. Faster spin up ball bearings. I'd go for that, but I'm not your mom. Shit. Who the hell designed the Rayven cage? Honestly, I want to know so that I can physically fight them. Like, you can make exactly no assumptions about this flywheel cage. Because anytime you think to yourself, you know, I bet the designer of this was logical. And I bet they made this measurement something that made sense. You're fucking wrong. Who designed them? Hasbro is not a who. Hasbro is a corporation. I'm talking about the specific individual that decided that randomly offsetting these mounting points by approximately 1 millimeter was a good idea. That's the motherfucker I'm gonna fight. That has caused me so many problems, and I just assumed it was a tolerance thing. Because there's so many other tolerance things on the Rayven. But no, somebody intentionally designed it that poorly. What's the highest? Oh, thank God I didn't have any of these made out of a more serious material. Okay, that's 2 millimeters. Is that the highest one? I bet it is. No. What a cursed item. I'm raging over someone else's modeling, to my credit. 1mm. Of course, it's 1mm. In the design, that was 51. And in reality, it is approximately 52. Yep. Alright, well, let's go fix the fucking Rayven cage. See if we can make it easy, or if it's gonna be the biggest pain in the ass known to man. It's so much. Fixed. We're gonna try that first and see if that works. Nice. 41.5. We'll see if that still works. Looks like yes. Go to 43.5. And it still works. What a fucking tremendous. Astronomical. I need to print out another one of these to test, but I think we just made the Rayven cage fit better. Whoops. Cages, Malice Cage, Rayven. Actually, I'm gonna drop that down. Fire Crush actually has less print time, believe it or not. I mean, it makes sense, but... Now, let's not do an experimental. Let's go 41.5. And then we'll export this. And then... Boom. What printer do you have? 4 CR10s. In my possession, I have 2 Ender 3s, but one of them I'm actually upgrading and sending out to a friend of mine. And a Wanhao i3, the one with the touchscreen, which was a mistake, but I wanted slightly larger build height and didn't think the $50 was the problem. It turns out the $50 wasn't the problem, it was just the fact that it was built like a piece of crap compared to the other one. And then a printer bot simple metal. listed in order of how much I like them, actually. The printer bot Simple Metal. I hate it so much. I'm just gonna be real honest with you. See, I don't know what to do here. Because I want to save this. But then it's not going to update on this one. Unless I, like... Nope, not going to update. Which is a goddamn shame. And then let's bring version 12 in. Just gonna pretend I didn't see that, you asshole. And then let's turn on the Stryfe and then make sure that the bore is aligned. Alright. And that's fucked now. Which is fine, because that means that I can then fix it and fix this clipping issue. It just means it's going to be a bit of work, which is fine. It's fine. Just make this 17. Stop sketch, and it should be right up through the middle. It is. Now this wall also has to move. 1 mil. I'm really glad that we caught this. I'm also really glad I have a fuckload of cheddar jalapeno shrimp. That are admittedly now a little cold, but there could be worse things. Geez, I hope that pusher has enough throw. This is going to be a hell of an experiment. Fine. Wow. Okay, that was way easier than I expected it to be. Not that I'm complaining. What did I do? sized hands. I have small hands. As far as, like, everyone else is concerned. I know that's clipping, I don't care. Doesn't actually matter. Alright, now let's remove the Rayven. And then figure out mountings. Nope, guess not. Alright. Mind-boggling, but fine. Now, we have to figure out what the center circle size should be right there. It's a weird thing to say. Okay, let's, so I found a hole diameter that works really well, and I use it in that. So let's take a look at it, and, because I never remember what it is. It's like, I'm not even going to try and guess, because I know I'll be wrong. It is 3 millimeters. Okay, I was going to guess like 2.6 or something. There we go. 3 millimeters. I seize a KG. What the f... Alright. Somebody asked a little while ago if this will be open source, and I gave a snarky response because the thing isn't even done yet, and somebody was asking if it was open source. But, I'll give it a shot, see if it works. If it works and is practical, then sure. I see no reason to hoard it for myself. So... I'll just put a big warning on it that's like, hey, this might not work with your crap. Nope, fuck. I have to be honest, I have no idea how to do this. Oh, wait, okay, if I go parallel to that surface. To that surface, thank you. And where it intersects the edge of the circle. Blammo. To object, boom, and new body. That might be a little difficult to print. Ah, whatever. I need to get myself some more milk. Okay. So this is top right Stryfe bracket. And then let's bring back that Stryfe cage. These next two are going to be fun. And by fun, I mean a bit of a nightmare. Oh. No, actually that shouldn't be too difficult. This one, we got away with. Two object. I need to do that first. New body. New mouse now. Oh! Okay, yeah. Okay, I know why. I know why you're... I know who you are. Alas, nothing on the mouse yet, although I think I have the tracking open in another tab. Yep. Still hasn't crossed the border. Also, hi, David. Alright. That should be correct. Now this one's gonna be a pain in the ass. Bottom, right. These are gonna be a bit of a pain in the ass to figure out how to install. Yeah, this one's gonna be fun. I don't have a lot to go on here, and I can't even wrap around that post because it's got webbing in the way. So it's looking like I'm gonna have to go post to post on that one, which is a weird... Sounds like a... Never mind. Yeah, this is gonna be exciting. So, 3? See you. Why are you being like this? Oh, mother... To object. I got that wrong every single time. And then that's a new body. So that one is a little janky, I have to admit. But there was unfortunately nowhere else in the shell to mount it off to. But Actually making the bracket was the easiest part of all of this. Like, without question. So the Stryfe cage should sit in there just fine. I think I've got a model for a 130 sitting around. Nope. Is there any way to save this as a new thing? I have no idea. I mean, I know I can save it as an STL, but, you know. If I made it a component. Export component 130 to disk parts. Did that not save? Export. Miss parts. I don't understand. I just exported it here. This is bothersome. Let's go. Can I? Is that a thing I can? Looks like it's not. Is that gonna work? I just want to make sure, I want to see how much room I need for motors. It's almost definitely some, at least almost definitely some on the bottom, pretty much definitely some on the top. But, is this gonna work? We're gonna find out. Hey! It actually worked. I mean, yeah, of course it worked. that's the right. You know what? 2-5. Close enough. And then... So that means... Should give me a little clearance, which is fine. Yeah. So, shell cutting definitely required here. But it should fit, actually. Like the cage itself. You'd need a motor cover on the other side, but... We've been going for 3 hours. I thought we were only going for 2. So I should probably call it quits for the night as well. And then maybe at some point we can figure out the motor cover for that side. Because that might actually involve a little more shell cutting than I expected. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, we've been going for 3 hours and 3 minutes, so I would call this a successful endeavor. Let's make 2 of these. 42.5. Cool. And then let's do a quick render and then call it a night. Oh, that color never ceases to impress me. I am going to eat more shrimp. Although I think I'm going to go pop them in the oven and reheat them a bit. What's wrong with the color? No, nothing. I like the color. Good morning. I'm not sure where you are where it is morning, but good morning to you as well. think after this I'm going to play some, I think, well-deserved video games. This might take a while to render. It sort of hit a point and stopped. So, I think I'm going to call it quits for tonight. Thank you everyone for joining in and watching me struggle and fail, and in some cases succeed. And in even fewer cases succeed tremendously. So, yes. Thank you all very much. Write me with info on how to end a stream, because I still don't fucking know.